Okay, I'm not going to say I told you so, but here we are. Breaking news coming out. Donald Trump has threatened 100% tariffs on Canada because of Mark Carney's deal with China. What does this mean? Let's back up a little bit. 1 year ago, almost to the date, Donald Trump first made this threat of the 51st state and referred to Justin Trudeau as the governor of Canada. Justin Trudeau resigns, Mark Carney gets selected, not elected, becomes the leader of the Liberal Party, calls a snap election and says his whole campaign is elbows up. He is the best negotiator. He is going to save us from the big bad orange man, Donald Trump, and save us all from these tariff threats and the 51st state threat. The media buys this. People buy this. Oh, he's got a great resume. He's going to be the guy to save Canada. We'll vote him in. So they vote him in. Little bit of election interference, time for another video. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, now Mark Carney's the prime minister. He has an opportunity to go down right away. The first order of business would have been Donald Trump, because I don't know if you know this or not, but regardless of whether Donald Trump or Joe Blow or whomever is in office, Canada is never geographically moving from the US. We are always going to be neighbors, and we are 80% dependent on them. So he goes down, doesn't get a deal. Says, don't worry, we'll get it by July. Doesn't get it by July. Reporters ask him about it. He says, who cares? Just goes from bad to worse. So we all know the U.S. doesn't want anything to do with China. So Mark Carney, in his little deceitful way, says, I'm really going to poke the bear. I'm really going to piss off Donald Trump because I can't actually fight against him, because I don't have the leverage, because I've kept our resources in the ground for 10 years, because I vilified the oil and gas industry. Now we don't have any resources, and we don't have sovereignty and autonomy because I've made our country weak and vulnerable. So he goes over to China. Yeah, the guy that he said in the election was the number one security threat to Canada. So he goes over, makes this deal with China, makes a big post, says words like New World Order, is like massive bravado. It's like the guy like standing up to Donald Trump is like, oh yeah, you won't work with me? Well, I'm going to work with this guy. Okay, this is literally what we're dealing with. They interview Donald Trump. They say, hey, what do you think about Canada's new deal with China and the EV cars? Donald Trump looks at the camera and says, I think that's fine. I can't do a Donald Trump impersonation. I think that's fine. And instantly I was like, oh God, oh dear Lord. That's like when you ask your mom, can I go hang out with the kid that your mom hates? Mom, can I go do the thing? And she goes, well, if that's what you want to do, you go ahead, honey. And now here we are. Donald Trump is now threatening 100% tariffs, referring to Mark Carney as the governor. And never mind the speech, I forgot this part. Mark Carney goes out on Davos speech to a WEF audience, which is like extreme woke audience, to threaten, this big bravado, like we're going to stand up to you, all this stuff, makes the situation a million times worse. Guys, I can't stress this enough. I don't need you to like Donald Trump. I don't care what you think about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's job is to protect the United States. Good for him. Whatever. You do you, Donald. Do you know what Mark Carney's job is, or any Prime Minister of Canada's job is? To protect Canada. And until you recognize that we are in this dependent, vulnerable position, and that's Mom giving us the look, we can't pretend that we are stronger than them. And going and getting in bed with a communist regime dictator who Chinese diaspora, last night, a gentleman came up to me and told me, he's like, Michelle, this is so dangerous and so bad. He's from China. All you people who want to talk about listening to people with lived experience, go talk to a Chinese Canadian. Go talk to somebody from China about what we just did. Of course we need trade with China. Of course, we already had trade with China. Do we need them to be our number one partner and give the United States the middle finger? This is going to collapse our economy if we do not fix our relationship with the United States. Mark my words, I am telling you. So Mark Carney is failing on all fronts. He wouldn't take answers, or questions rather, from the media yesterday. And the reason is because this is happening. Because he is failing. The man that told you he was the master negotiator is not the master negotiator. And in the words of all of the people that dealt with Mark Carney, he creates a crisis, then comes along with some BS solution that will not help you. It will help his agenda, which is globalism. Those are his words, not mine. Globalism means he believes in a new world order, not Canada's sovereignty, not Canada's best interest, not your best interest. He doesn't care if Canada collapses. You have to see that. He does not care. His agenda is globalism and Brookfield and all of his investments. Because if Canada does become the 51st state, it means nothing to Mark Carney. That's the reality of this, guys. So, as you were, but I'm telling you, this is so predictable. And the minute Donald Trump goes, no, I think that's fine about a deal with China. I knew it. I'm like, this is the wife that tells you to go golfing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Fix the relationship. We have to have a great relationship with the U.S. We must. We must. Our whole country's future sovereignty and everything depends on it. And if you can't see that, then shame on you. Park your hate. Park whatever you have and see the reality and the pragmatic part of this. Go and fix the problem, Mr. Carney. Okay? Eat some humble pie.